1953 formed the first linguistic state of India in post-independence, known as the state of Andhra. By taking out the Telugu-speaking areas from the state of Madras, Hyderabad state under the Nizam rule joined in Indian Union through police action on 17 September 1948. Later, the State Reorganization Act of 1956 merged the Telugu-speaking areas of Hyderabad state with the Andhra state to create the enlarged AP state with Hyderabad as the capital. When India got independence in 1957, there are 560 plus princely states in Indian Federation. Hyderabad was the one of the biggest princely state of these 560 plus. Hyderabad has a multilingual state with people speaking different languages like Telugu, Urdu, Kannada, and Marathi lived. Hyderabad was the capital city of the principal state. It has a total of 16 districts, of which 8 Telugu speaking districts in Telangana region, 5 Marathi speaking districts of Marathwada region, and 3 Kannada speaking districts. At the time of the announcement of independence for Indian subcontinent, the British government had divided in the country into India and Pakistan. There is a network issue going on. At the time of the announcement of independence for Indian subcontinent, the British government had divided the country into India and Pakistan, given choice to the princely state whether to join the India or in Pakistan. The plan was recommended by the Mountbatten of, as per the plan recommended by the Mountbatten in 1947. The Nizam of Hyderabad princely state, Osman Ali Khan, passed an order that he was not willing to merge his kingdom with either India or Pakistan. He wished to make his state independent and sovereign. The Nizam was signed on standstill agreement on 29 November 1947, but it was violated by the Nizam government. On the other hand, the state congress opposed the decision of Nizam and activities of Qasim Rizvi. Qasim Rizvi is nothing but who was leading the Razakar movement at that time. It started Join India movement, maybe termed as the merger movement, or Hyderabad State Liberation Movement, and so on. Even though this movement was as old as the formation of the princely state itself, it took a tangible manifestation on 7th August 1954, and they called as a Join the Indian Movement, given by the Executive Committee of the Hyderabad State Congress. The call spread like wildfire in the entire princely state of Hyderabad. As the people were wearing the black badges, participated in a great procession and gave slogans expressing their desire to join the Indian Union. Finally, through the police action of Indian military known as Operation Polo, Nizam princely state of Hyderabad was merged into Indian Union on 17 September 1948. And the formation of the Andhra state in 1950. Andhra state was formed on 1st October 1953 after bifurcation from Madras state, there was a demand since 1913 itself among the circles of Telugu-speaking people for a separate state for Telugu-speaking people out of Madras state. The meetings held by the Andhra Mahasabha first at Bapatla in 1913, which continued till 1947, projected a strong demand for a separate Andhra state. They constituted a Congress committee for a separate Andhra state in 1918. During the visit of Simon Commission, people of Orissa argued and demanded for a separate state and succeeded in 1937. The discussion on the linguistic states was still continuing in the meetings of the Indian National Congress. And also Nehru supported the formation of separate Andhra state by bifurcating Madras state. In order to evaluate the formation of several southern states, the drafting committee of Constituent Assembly appointed by S.K. Dar Commission in 1941. This commission ruled out the formation of Andhra state, keeping the situation of North India with the partition impacted in negative results. The Indian National Congress appointed another committee known as JVP. The JVP means Jawaharlal Nehru, Vallabhbhai Patel, and Pattabhi Sitaramaya as its members in 1948, which recommended the formation of Andhra state without Madras city. In order to achieve a separate Andhra state, renowned Congressman Swami Sitaram began his fast until to death following the Andhra. The fast continued for 35 days. Prime Minister Nehru opposed use of non-constitutional methods to force the government. Acharya Vinod interfered and got Swami Sitaram to give up his fast. Later on, Poti Sri Ramal started fast on to death strike on October 1952 to December 15, 1952, in which he lost his life after 58 days. This sacrifice had the emotion of the people of Andhra outrageous for days. There were endless riots in the Telugu-speaking areas of Madras Presidency. There were police firings at various places. The events created a furious situation in Andhra region and demanded the union government to declare a separate state. Prime Minister Nehru announced in the Lok Sabha that the government decided to establish Andhra state comprising of undisputed Telugu districts except Madras on 25th March 1953, and as a result appointed a bifurcation committee headed by the Kumaraswamy Raja, then the Chief Minister of Madras State, and the other members of the committee of B. Gopal Prakashaman and Sanjeeva Reddy. K. Venkatrao from Andhra and Yeshalu Meehan from Andhra State. There was another committee headed by Kailash Nath Vanchu, which is also called as Vanchu Committee. Headed for on October 1st, 1953, Andhra State came into existence. There were 11 districts, namely Srikakulam, Visakhapatnam, East Godavari, West Godavari, Krishna, Gunturu, Nellore, Chitturu, Kadapa, Anantapur, and Kurnool in Andhra State. As per the Sribag Agreement 1937, Kurnool became the capital city of the state. Tanguturi Prakasham Pantal sworn in as the chief minister and Neelam Sanjeeva Reddy became the deputy chief minister of the state. Andhra state was the first linguistic state in post-independence of India. Coming to the State Reorganization Commission, SRC. The creation of Andhra state intensified the demand from other regions for creation of state on linguistic basis. Due to this demand, the Indian government appointed a three-member State Reorganization Commission in 1953, headed by Justice Fasal Ali, and other members were K. M. Panikkar and H. N. Kunzru. The commission emphasized the wisdom of preservation of the unity and security of the nation, linguistic and cultural affinity of the people, and financial, economic, and administrative viability. While considering the formation of new state, it submitted its report on 30th September 1955 and broadly accepted the language as the basis of reorganization of the states. But it rejected the theory of one language, one state. Its view was that the unity of India should be regarded as a primary consideration in any redrawing of the country's political union. It identified four major factors that can be taken into account in any scheme of reorganization of state: preservation and strengthening of the unity and security of the country, and the other one is linguistic and cultural hegemony, financial, economic, and administrative consideration, planning and promotion of the welfare of the people in each state as well as the nation as a whole. The Commission suggested the abolition of fourfold classification of states and territories under the Basic Constitution A, B, C, D. The Commission recommended formation of 16 states and 3 union territories. Union government led by J.R. Lal Nehru, accepted these recommendations with certain minor modifications, particularly rejected two proposals of states. Indian Parliament enacted by the State Reorganization Act of 1956 through 7th Constitution Amendment Act created 14 states and 6 union territories, which came into existence on 1st November 1956. Analysis of recommendations of SRC, State Reorganization Committee. The SRC had given so many recommendations for Hyderabad and Vidarbha, along with 16 Indian states and 3 union territories. In the report of SRC, the fifth chapter deals about Hyderabad state and sixth chapter about Andhra state. A detailed discussion has been made about the division of Hyderabad state. Every political party and social association wanted the division of Hyderabad state, but a few people firmly requested not to divide the region on the basis of language, because the entire region had a single culture called the Deccan culture. They further requested to safeguard this culture, which was flourishing for the past 2 centuries, as a distinct composite culture by providing a wonderful model for unity in diversity. The questions, arguments, and the relevant information in this regard has been cogently incorporated in the document. The SRC report is revealing in the sense that it gives us glimpse into the apprehension of a future domination by Andhra region and consequent problems Telangana might have to face. The recommendation of the SRC against such problems were not headed by the vested interest. The relevant parts of the SRC report related to two regions are produced here for better understanding of the views of the SRC. The case for Visal Andhra. The question which we have to consider in the future of the Telugu-speaking areas of the existing state of Hyderabad with particular reference to the demand for creation of Visal Andhra. It is unnecessary for us to trace the history of the Andhra agitation in any great detail because the Andhra state is now in existence, having been established on 1st October 1953. In point of fact, however, the arrangements were made in 1953 have not been regarded by the Andhra in the state, especially in this user as final, and the case for the creation of Visalandra has remained sustainably on its own. The advantage of the larger Andhra state, including Telangana, are that it will bring into the existence of a state about 3.2 crores with a considerable fertile land, water and power resources, adequate mineral wealth, and valuable raw materials. This will also solve the difficult and vexing problem of finding new permanent capital for Andhra. The twin cities of Hyderabad, twin cities of Hyderabad and Secunderabad are very well suited to be the capital of Visal Andhra. Another advantage of the formation of Visal Andhra will be that the development of the Krishna and Godavari rivers will be thereby the brought under the unified control. The Krishna and the Godavari project ranks among the most ambitious in India. Complete unification of either the Krishna or the Godavari valley is not, of course, possible, but if one independent political jurisdiction, namely that of Telangana, can be eliminated, the formulation and implementation of plans in the eastern areas in these two great river basins will be greatly expedited. Since Telangana, as part of Visal Andhra, will benefit both directly and indirectly from this development. There is a great deal to be said. Its amalgamation with the Andhra state. The economic affiliation of Telangana with the existing Andhra state are also not unimportant. Telangana has years of scarcity, a sizable deficit in food supply. The existing Andhra state, however, has normally a surplus which Telangana may be able to use. The existing state of Andhra has no coal, but will be able to get its supplies from Singareni. Telangana will also be able to save a great deal of expenditure on general administration in case if it is not established a separate unit system. And the case for Telangana. The case of Vishal Andhra thus rests on arguments which are impressive. The considerations which have been argued in favor of separate Telangana state are, however, not such as many be lightly brushed aside. The existing Andhra state has faced a financial problem of some magnitude ever since it was created. And in comparison with Telangana, the existing Andhra state has a low per capita revenue. Telangana, on the other hand, is much less likely to be faced with financial embarrassment. The much higher incidence of land revenue in Telangana and an excise revenue of the order of rupees 5 crores per annum principally explains this difference. Whether the explanation may be some Telangana leaders seem to fear that the result of unification will be no exchange, some settled sources of revenue, out of which development schemes may be financed. So financial uncertainty, similar to that which Andhra is now faced, Telangana claims to be progressive, and from an administrative point of view, unification contended is not likely to confer any benefits on this area. When plans for future development are taken into account, Telangana fears that the claims of this area may not receive adequate consideration in Visalandra, the Nandikonda and Pustapuram projects. For example, among the most important which Telangana or the country as a whole has undertaken irrigation in the coastal deltas of these two great rivers is, however, also being planned. Telangana, therefore, does not wish to lose its present independence in relation to the utilization of the water of Krishna and Godavari. One of the principal causes of opposition of Visalandra also seems to be the apprehension felt by the educationally backward people of Telangana that they may be swamped and exploited by the more advanced people of the coastal area in the Telangana district outside the city of Hyderabad. Education is woefully backward. The result is that a lower qualification than in Andhra is accepted for public service. The real fear of the people of Telangana is that they will be unequally placed in relation to the people of Andhra, and in this partnership, the major partner will derive all the advantages immediately. While Telangana itself may be converted into a colony by the enterprising coastal Andhra. The state of Hyderabad. The advantage of the formation of Visal Andhra are obvious. The desirability of bringing the Krishna and Godavari river basins under unified control. The trade affiliation between Telangana and Andhra, the suitability of Hyderabad as the capital for the entire region, or in brief, or in, the arguments in favor of the bigger unit. It seems to us, therefore, that there is much to be said for the formation of the larger state, and that nothing should be done to impede the realization of this goal. At the same time, we have to take note of the important fact that while opinion of Andhra is overwhelmingly in favor of the larger unit, public opinion in Telangana has still to crystallize itself. Important leaders of public opinion in Andhra themselves seems to appreciate that the unification of Telangana with Andhra, though desirable, should be based on the voluntary and willing association of the people, and that it is primarily for the people of Telangana to take a decision about their future. We understand that the leaders of the existing Andhra state may be prepared to provide adequate safeguards to protect the interests of Telangana in the event of its integration in Visalam. These safeguards may take the form of a guarantee of opportunities for employment for Telangana in the public services of the new states, at least to the extent of one third, that is to say, roughly in the proportion, and an assurance that particular attention will be paid to the development plans of this area. We have carefully gone into the details of the arrangements which may be made on these lines. It seems to us, however, that neither guarantees on the lines of the Shrebock Act nor constitutional devices such as Scottish Revolution in the United Kingdom will provide workable or meet the requirements of Telangana during the period of transition. Anything short of supervision by the central government over the measures intended to meet the special needs of Telangana will be found ineffective, and we are not disposed to suggest any such arrangements in regard to Telangana. The further point to be borne in mind is that the state of Andhra was brought into existence only recently and has still not got over the stress of transition. It has, for example, still to form, it has example. Okay, the language is not good in the textbook. On land reforms and the problems arising from the partition from the composite states of Andhra, states of Madras have by no means been tackled fully, yet integration of Telangana with Andhra at this stage, therefore likely to create administrative difficulties for both Telangana and Andhra. After taking all these factors into consideration, we have come to the conclusions that there will be interests of Andhra as well as Telangana area is constituted into a separate state, which may be known as Hyderabad state, with provision for its unification with Andhra after the general elections likely to be held in 1961 by a two-thirds majority. The legislature of the Andhras will neither be blurred nor impaired during a period of 5 or 6 years. The two governments may have stabilized their administrative machinery and, if possible, also reviewed their land revenue systems, etc. The object in view being the attainment of uniformity. The intervening period may incidentally provide an opportunity for all apprehensions and achieving the consensus of opinion necessarily for a real union between the two states. Andhra and Telangana have common interests, and we hope these interests will tend to bring the people closer to each other. If our hopes for the development of the environment and sorry, conditions congenial to the unification of the two areas do not materialize, and if public sentiment in Telangana crystallizes itself against the unification of the two states, Telangana will have to continue as a separate unit. From the above, it is clear that the leaders from Andhra and Telangana have divergent views. The widely prevalent idea was that the people of Andhra were too eager to integrate Telangana and Andhra regions into a unified state. The eagerness stems from the leaders' expectations to utilize the ready-made capital and rich mineral and water sources of Telangana for their benefit and enjoyment. The Fazal Ali Commission clearly brought out that Andhra region people were enthusiastic for Visal Andhra, whereas the majority of Telangana people were apprehensive, therefore wanted to retain separate identity. Further, the committee expressed that the educationally backward people of Telangana would be exploited by the Andhra, and any sort of guarantee would not serve needs of Telangana, and hence the case for retaining its separate entity. This sums up the dilemma of Telangana. It appears that while Andhra leaders were unanimous in opinion, Telangana leaders were divided, which ultimately resulted in the formation of Andhra Pradesh or Vishal Andhra. Coming to this gentleman agreement, which happened in 1956 in February, Telangana leaders demanded for protection of rights of the Telangana region. Burgura Ramakrishna Rao, the then Chief Minister of Hyderabad state of the Telangana state, impressed upon the party leaders, especially Prime Minister Nehru, on the formation of Vishalandhra. They invited the Telangana leaders and both regions met for discussions in Delhi on 20th February 1956. Both the government, the main leaders of Andhra Pradesh, sorry, main leaders of Pradesh Congress Committee representative attended that the meeting in equal numbers from four from Telangana and four from Andhra. The equal number of persons representing the regions at the meeting comprised of uh, Congress members after an in-depth thread whereby a discussion on the meeting with the provisions for protection of rights of Telangana. An agreement was signed by 8 members. Class. So there were 8 members, four from Telangana region and the other four from Andhra region. One Telangana from the Telangana region, there were four people, which are Burgla Ramakrishna Rao, Marichanna Reddy, J.V. Narasimha Rao, and the K.V. Ranga Reddy. In the Andhra region, there were Bejawada Gopal Reddy, Neelam Sanjeeva Reddy, Gautula Channa, and A. Satyanarayana. The agreement was endorsed by these members is referred as Pedda Manshula Uppandam, which means in English it is gentleman's agreement. The agreement consists of the following 14 principles. After wider range discussion, leaders of both regions signed principles of gentleman agreement. 1. If the chief minister hails from the Andhra region, the deputy chief minister shall be from the Telangana region, and similarly, if the chief minister is from a Telangana region, the deputy chief minister will be from the Andhra region. At least two of the portfolios from home, finance, revenue, planning and development, communications and industry should be allocated to the ministers from Telangana. The ministry shall be proportionately represented 60% from Andhra Pradesh and 40% from the Telangana region. Like whatever, if there are 10 ministers from the entire state, 6 ministers should be from the Andhra region and the 4 ministers should be from the Telangana region. There shall be one Muslim from the Telangana region. The central and general expenditure of Vishananda should be borne in proportionate ratio between Telangana and Andhra regions. These arrangements will be reviewed after 5 years and can be continued for another 5 years if the members of the Telangana Assembly so decide. Prohibition of liquor in Telangana should be implemented as per the decision taken by the Telangana members of the Assembly. The existing education facilities in Telangana should be secured to the students of Telangana and further improved. Admissions to the colleges, including technical institutions in the Telangana area, should be restricted to the students of Telangana, or the latter should have admission to the extent of one-third of the total admissions of the entire state, whichever course is advantageous to Telangana students. If due to the merger employment is to be reduced, the job opportunity should be divided proportionately between the two regions. The population of the two regions should be the criterion for filling up of jobs in the future. For the administrative and legal sector, the official correspondence in Telangana region should be continued for a period of 5 years. Then the regional council should be constituted for a review of the prevalent situation. Some kind of domicile rule, example, candidates should have resided in Telangana region for a period of 12 years to claim a job in Telangana as per the proportional division of jobs in Andhra and Telangana. The state of agricultural lands in Telangana should be regulated by the regional council. A regional council should be formed for the development of Telangana, the regional needs in particular. Regional council shall be of 20 members. In the regional committee, 9 assembly members should be elected from the 9 districts of Telangana. The representative of Telangana in the assembly shall elect 6 members either for the assembly or for the parliament or the same. 5 members shall be elected within the assembly. All the ministers of Telangana shall be the members. The chief minister or the deputy chief minister from Telangana shall be the chairman of this committee. The other members of the cabinet could be invited for the committee meeting. The regional council should be statutory body recognized by the state government. The committee shall examine and decide upon the development issues like supply, agricultural projects, industrial development, issues of Telangana employees, and any other issues pertaining to the development of Telangana. Any difference of opinion between the state government and the regional committee shall be submitted for a resolution to the Indian government. The Hyderabad Pradesh Congress Committee President decided that the Pradesh Congress Committee should be separated from Telangana up to the end of 1962. Andhra Provincial Congress Committee President has no objection. These leaders had a meeting on 14th August 1950 and discussed a few more issues. The Telangana representative requested the new state to be named as Andhra Telangana. The name as requested was put in the draft bill, but the Joint Selection Committee revised it as Andhra Pradesh. A consensus was not arrived at, as the Andhra representative stood firm announcing the new state as Andhra Pradesh. There was a dispute over the formation of the High Court bench. Upon the advice of Joint Select Committee, the new merged state was proclaimed as Andhra Pradesh, and with the intervention of the Andhra High Court, Chief Justice Koka Subbarao, a single High Court was formed in April 1956. Colonel Assembly endorsed the reorganization bill, and on 25th August 1956, the Rajya Sabha and subsequently Lok Sabha endorsed the bill on 31st August. The President of India endorsed the bill. Thus, Andhra Pradesh came into existence on 1st November 1956. The then Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru inaugurated the new state of Andhra Pradesh. Neelam Sanjeev Reddy sworn in as the first Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh and CM Trivedi as a governor. And coming to this formation of Andhra Pradesh in 1950. Andhra Pradesh was formed on 1st November 1956 to 7th Constitutional Amendment Act 1953. by merging of Telugu-speaking areas of Hyderabad state with Andhra state with 20 districts. There was a huge history behind the creation of Vishal Andhra, the intellectuals and political leaders of Andhra region. There was an aspiration for Vishal Andhra. But as the Telangana region was under the princely rule, it was impossible at that time. However, leaders of Swarajya party belonging to Andhra region declared to form the Telangana state, including Hyderabad state. Maamidipudi Venkata Rangayya was also expressed this in 1938 itself. Kadapa Koti Reddy in 1940. I also reiterated the formation of Visaland. Andhra leader Ayodhya Kaleshwara in a meeting in Bangalore brought up the issue of Vishal Andhra in all India Congress Committee meeting. Nehru rebuked him for unnecessary talk. On the other hand, Nehru said in a remarkable meeting held at Nizamabad, the formation of Vishal Andhra is like performing the marriage between a innocent girl and a mischievous boy, and a divorce could be taken any time. Justice Fazal Ali commissioned widely toured across the country and received the opinions of all the regions. The state of Andhra represented before the commission that on basis of one language and culture, the two regions, that is Andhra Telangana regions which speak same language and having similar culture should be integrated into the bigger state of Vishal Andhra. But this proposal was opposed by the people of Andhra to make Hyderabad as their capital city and to exploit the backward regions of Telangana after integration. Telangana leadership expressed apprehensions before the commission, which have been recorded by the commission in SRC report. Oh, just a minute. Hmm. And so the events showed the resolutions made by Andhra Assembly were meant only to honoring the SRC recommendations and to convince the central leadership that the people of Andhra were committed to cause peace. Govind Ballapant, the Union Home Minister, convened a meeting of Andhra and Telangana leaders at Delhi. There was also discussion of Fazal Ali report in the Assembly of Hyderabad State. 147 members expressed their opinion out of 174 members of Assembly. 103 members out of 147 supported the Vishal Andhra, while 29 of them supported Telangana. Remaining 15 members were neutral. Even the Telangana Assembly members were also not supporting the formation of Telangana at that time. So it happened like that. Thus, the stage was set for merger agreement containing safeguards for Telangana people. So in this case, you can read the whole summary from the textbook. And there were some model questions, some large, essay questions like write essay on formation of Andhra Pradesh state in 1956. Explain the main recommendations of the State Reorganization Committee. Describe the main principles of gentleman agreement. There are about some small just questions like explain about the standstill agreement. Explain the fourfold categories of states in basic constitution of 1950. Describe the composition of regional council. So all these things. So there would be one more question. Write about the gentleman's agreement and critically analyze it. It would be one another question you can add add into the list. So that's all for today. And tomorrow we'll be discussing Telangana agitation in 1969, the first Telangana movement. So we'll be discussing about this tomorrow. That's it. Uh, that's it for today. We'll close the session. See you on tomorrow. Bye bye.